Greetings YouTube and welcome to the Blue Corner. Today is a special day in that we're not going to be talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though I do have my Yu-Gi-Oh! Mat out, but instead we're going to be talking about another TCG that I have followed a little bit over the last while, and one I've only ever had a chance to play maybe just a couple times over the last couple of years due to the fact I just don't get that many chances to play, and that would be Pokemon. In particular, I'm going to be giving you guys a deck update to my only real competitive Pokemon deck, and that would be Feraligatr Prime Turbo. Why now? Because Pokemon's rotation has been announced, and they're going to be going into a black and white on format, which renders this deck completely dead for legal play. So I wanted to show you guys just how my deck is looking as the format comes to an end. Admittedly, I have not had an opportunity to play this current build. I hope to at least get 1 or 2 games in, and I might make some changes, but this is more or less going to be how my Feraligatr deck is looking at this time. Gator, as you guys may know, is my favorite Pokemon in the franchise, and so being able to build a competitive deck around him has been something that I've truly enjoyed about this game. What is going to happen when the rotation comes up? What am I going to play? I don't really know. Probably going to be playing Zekrom Eels because Mewtwo EX is being reprinted soon, and that's the only card I'm really missing in that deck. Or I might try and go out and get some Terrakions and just play anti-meta because fighting is so very good in the upcoming format, I hear. Or I might just simply do something weird. But anyway, yeah, the Feraligatr Prime concept is simply put, utilize the power of Rain Dance to attach as many water energies to all my Pokemon as many times as I want during my turn. This doesn't count for your once per turn energy attachment, so you could attach a water energy to something that needs the water energy, and then you can just use Gator's effect on everything else. 140 HP, grass weakness, that actually isn't too bad. That means he won't die to a single bolt strike. It's just Pokemon's damage output has just risen exponentially. 180 HP basics, 150 damage. Oh yes, there's a power creep in this game. It's gotten very fast and very aggro. You can't bitch about Yu-Gi-Oh! Being the only game now that's super fast and dumb. I'd argue the Pokemon's getting pretty bad too in that sense. But yeah, you got his ability and you got Hydro Crunch. It does 60 and then 10 more damage for every damage counter on the opposing Pokemon. So it's 180 damage over 2 turns, meaning he will kill anything in 2 hits that is not water resistant. I'm running 1 Croconaw from Heart Gold Silver and then 3 Totodile, so I can have a 3-1-3 Feraligatr Prime line. The other big player of this deck is Empoleon from Dark Explorers. Touched upon him briefly. His ability is once per turn you can discard a card from your hand to draw 2. So for every Empoleon you have on the bench, you're basically getting 2 more draws. He just adds a little bit of speed. Fortunately, he's a stage 2, so I don't really know how often you can get this guy out, but with some rare candies and perhaps a little bit of luck, you can probably get him going. His attack command is still pretty good. Deals 10 damage times the number of Pokemon in play, so it can hit as high as 120. Fortunately, he's lightning weak, so Zekrom just completely annihilates him. And then I'm running 1 Prinplup and 3 Piplup for the 3-1-3 Empoleon line. Now I'm running 3 Kyurem. This is basically a Q-Gator deck with some Empoleon tech. Kyurem has 2 attacks. One is Outrage. It does 20 damage times 10, 20 damage plus 10 for every damage counter on Kyurem. So it can hit for, on average, about maybe 90 to 100 if you take a pretty decent attack. His other attack, Glaciate, does 30 damage to all of your opponent's Pokemon. That means the active and the benched Pokemon. This helps set up Feraligatr in a sense as it will put Hydro Crunch at base 90 damage as opposed to just base 60. And a couple Glaciates can knock out a lot of small Pokemon. All those 60 HP basics, they better evolve up as fast as they can, otherwise Kyurem is just going to kill him in 2 hits. Plus he's only weak to Metal, which isn't a very commonly played attack. So he will take a hit and he'll deal some hits before he finally goes down. Next, I'm running 2 Kyurem EX. He's just basically a gigantic beater. His first attack does 60 plus it discards a special energy, so double colorless, special darkness, that kind of stuff. And his other attack, Hail Blizzard, is 120, but it can't be used on the second turn. He's 180 HP, and he's only weak to metal, so I just kind of have him in here as a big behemoth, and I don't have Mewtwo EXs. If I had Mewtwo EX, I'd be putting them over this guy easily. And one Smeargle, who's just in here for his portrait attack, where you look at your opponent's hand and you play a supporter. Since almost everyone is running 4 Pont, 4 Juniper, and in 2 to 4 N, this card has a lot of good targets to hit, and it just gives you some kind of hand speed. That's for the Pokemon. For the trainers, first up, my supporters. I'm running 4 Jupiter and 4 Pont. This is your draw power. Juniper discards your hand, draw 7. Pont recycles, put your hand into the deck, draw 6. This is going to be rotated out, so there goes a little bit of draw power. I think Bianca might be used, but even then she's not nearly as good. Yeah, they just give your deck some speed. And then I'm running 1 Text Sealand to search out basic energies from the deck. Water energy is very important to this deck, and being able to get to it is very, very, very good. Sealand just gets you 3 water energies, which you can then immediately attach to your Kyurem or your Feraligatr. 1 Tech N, both players shuffle their hands into the deck, and then they draw cards equal to the number of prize cards they have remaining. So if your opponent knocks out your Kyurem EX, they're already going to be up by 2 prize cards, because you take 2 prize cards when you knock out an EX. So it gives them 4 prizes left. You play and they have a gigantic hand. Now it's only 4 cards, and it's a very good disruption card. I would run multiples. It's just I had to cut out cards some more to make room for the employee on text. So afterwards, 4 rare candy used to just level your guys up to take a stage 1 and make it a stage 2. Thank God this got reprinted in Dark Explorers. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to use it. 4 Junk Arm. Oh boy. This is going to be like a hard card to replace. You pitch 2 cards from your hand and take a trainer card from your your discard pile, and add it back to your hand, and then you can just play it again. Works with cards such as Rare Candy, these Pokemon Communication. Remember Drac Connection? This is what it's based on. You just take a Pokemon in your hand, put it into the deck, and then get a Pokemon from your deck in your hand. Very useful card. Triple Dual Ball over Pokemon Collector. Collector is a guaranteed search. This doesn't burn your supporter for the turn. You just have to flip 2 coins, and hopefully you'll get 2 heads and search out your basics. Energy Retrieval, just get 2 water energies from your discard back to your hand. Double switch to get your guys out of the way. Say they switch up you got your Gator up front, and you have a Kyurem ready to go and tear shit up. Switch out Gator with Kyurem. 1 Super Rod to recycle a basic Pokemon and some energies back into your... actually, it's just any 3 Pokemon in your discard pile back into your deck, or any combination of 3 Pokemon or water energies. Then 1 Pokemon Catcher, because it's all I've got. I would like to run the full 4, but I just don't have them. So, yeah, you just basically switch your opponent's active Pokemon with their bench, then you just get a free knockout, or you just put a big guy that has a massive retreat cost and they don't have any energies attached to it. It just kind of sits there while you proceed to set up or glaciate their bench. And then the rest of the deck is water energy. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say on my current Pokemon deck. Feraligatr Prime Turbo. This was a very fun deck to play. I really enjoyed mucking around with the Golduck and Samurott variants, but this I feel is just maybe a better meta pick, if at all possible. And there's no meta here, so I guess it's a moot point. But I just wanted to show you guys how my deck was looking before I had to take it apart, because rotation made it unplayable. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching. Until the next time, take care.